Well, right, exactly. I want to be able to put as much emphasis on this as I want without it. I'd like this to come all the way over the top somehow, right? So we'll look into that. What we're discussing here is the oar locks. The oars will slide in and out of there unless we're idiots, which we might be. We're not sure.
Oops, wrong way.
We'll figure that out eventually, I guess. Okay, so we're going to put the boat together again today and try and take a look and see how some of the things fit. I think the oars might be short. We're going to take some measurements there. I want to know how far it is from the transom to the water, so I have to take that measurement. I forgot to do that the last time I was together. And then I want to look at configuring pole holders and maybe GoPro holders and install some swivel seats. That's coming for sure. So anyway, here it is, the alterations video. Okay, so some of the problems we're going to try and work out here is got to figure out the height of the transom, which looks to be about 14 inches or so. We're going to measure that here in a minute. We got to put these sleeves onto these oars because we were stupid and didn't do that. What else? And then check to make sure those oars seem to function a little better in the oar locks because we were having issues on the lake. Check the length of the oars and see if I think that's adequate. There's supposed to be 2/3 rule, 2/3 of the oar outside the boat, 2/3 or 1/3 of the boat, or inside the boat with your hands within a nice comfortable 6-inch distance when you're rowing. So we're going to check that. I feel they're short. I'm not sure. What else? Oh, the position on the frame. I'm not convinced yet. I think I've got it right, but I'm going to make the seats pivot. I thought about taking part of the frame out and installing a cooler to sit on, because getting her turned around for the motor is going to be interesting, and I might need the storage, but it looks like I could do that if I wanted to. So I think I'm going to leave that as an option, be able to go both ways. So there's that. I'll worry about that at some point when I think I'm going to be keeping fish. Hey, good so far, guys. So anyway, see what we can figure out. Okay, so one of the dilemmas I'm having here is the position of the frame. Now I think I had it set up properly for the only position that makes sense in a rowing configuration, but when I do that, the so-called anchor system is virtually useless. So let me see if I can run you through this. This is what I think is backwards. The oars are too far front. The captain's chair is too far back in uncomfortable rowing position. Observe. See where the oar locks are versus the captain's chair and how far out you'd have to reach. You want to be in a little tighter. So I think the right idea is to spin this frame. But when you spin the frame, the only access you have to the front pulley system, which is for your anchor, is through the tube or through the frame of the boat. And on this end, when you spin it, that's blocked by these red handles, which just beg to be in the back, but I can't figure out. They're going to be in the front. That's the only way it works. So getting a rope from here to there becomes impossible, as far as I can tell. So anchor system or my butt, Mr. Skadden. I don't believe I actually have an anchor system that's going to be sufficient for what I want to do. I will, however, come up with something that works. I might run pulleys underneath the frame, or I don't know, a lot of extra work for me though, I think. Alright, so I got the frame installed in what I think is the right direction. Still not 100% sure. I'm going to go ahead and put the sleeves on these oars and check this oar length and see if I think I like that. I don't expect to like it. And we'll probably put the swivels on tomorrow, I think. But I think this is the right configuration. At the moment, I'm stumped on how to put these side bags, Mr. Side Bags, Mr. Skadden's side bags here. They're supposed to double as coolers and storage for stuff, and I really kind of want that. But I'm stumped as to how I'm supposed to mount those to this frame right now. That is a mystery to me. One I hope I find a solution to soon. Alright, so we're going to admit to being an idiot a little bit. If you watched the video where we were up on the lake, we were having trouble with the oars coming out of the oar locks. Simple solution to that were those black sleeves right there that did come with the boat, and once installed make that a lot better. However, in trying to gauge their function, I'm deciding that those work, but they'd be better if they were 2 or 3 times longer, and so they're going to be 2 or 3 times longer here pretty soon. Make that alteration. Decided not to cut the frame. I was going to cut the frame where the back seat installs so I could put a cooler in that spot with a seat on it. But I'm not going to do that. The cooler can rest right there just fine. I still have plenty of room to oar, and I could fit a bigger cooler in there if I wanted to. That'll become important when I want to actually carry fish. The anchor system, however, is a complete and total different animal. I'm certain at this point that this is the right configuration for the frame, that in order for it to oar comfortably, the locks need to be in this position for the captain in the back to have good control of the boat, comfortable oaring position. But that means that the pulley in the front that is supposed to be, according to Mr. Skadden, for my anchor system, does not have a hole for the rope to travel through to come out here at this pulley. Now, I'm going to examine taking that red cap off and seeing if I can run a rope through there, but there is a pin somewhere in the middle here that may get in my way. So I'm ready at this point to say that Mr. Scadden does not really have an anchor system figured out for this boat. I will come up with a plan, but Mr. Scadden has done nothing to help me. I have a pulley in the front. I have a pulley in the frame that makes no sense at all, and I have nothing else. So there you go. However, I think it's going to float. We'll change the seat mounts tomorrow and put the put swivel seats on it, and I think we're going to go to the river, see what we can do. By the way, that extra set of oars that comes with, I've got it hooked up right now. Might be able to oar the boat from the front seat from that position, and therefore I will keep those in the boat as emergency oars, so they'll lash in somewhere probably under the frame. At any rate, those will be along on the trip. Trying to think of anything else. I guess we'll have to let the river figure out what we're missing now.